Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Greetings, royal family. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday, October 9th, 2021, and it's Hot Topics time. How everybody doing on this splendid Saturday? Hopefully beautiful. All right, so come on in the room. You guys already know what to do. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Royal B, and we are the royal family. Okay. If you're a returning royal family member, how you doing? You already know how this thing goes. So I wanted to slide through on a Saturday and kind of keep you abreast and share my commentary and thoughts on a couple of hot topics. Nene Leakes, she's trending. People are kind of criticizing her because she's getting approached by men. Men are sliding into her DMs and propositioning her. What do we expect? I mean, she's a woman, right? A beautiful, successful woman. But you guys know that her husband passed away not even a month ago. So people have things to say about that. Bia, rapper. Is Bia a rapper? Can we consider her a rapper? She has been heavily criticized because of her lackluster, not my words, okay, performance on the BET Hip Hop Awards. First of all, I already gave my commentary and thoughts on the BET Hip Hop Awards. They got to do better. This was the worst awards show that I've seen in a long time, and it's absolutely terrible. Tamar Braxton, she wants to come back to television. Of course she does. So I'll get into that. Got a couple of other news topics, current events sprinkled in between. Okay. So as you're coming in, make sure you like the video. Thank you in advance. All right. So without further ado, let's mosey on down to Florida, right? Let's see what Florida foolishness I have on the lineup today. You guys know that there is always something going on in the Dumbshine state. So I was reading this article and I thought that this would be interesting for you guys to hear. Florida sheriff is looking for the rightful owner of 770 pounds of marijuana. Yo, it's always something in that 305, right? So the article reads Brevard County, Florida. If you happen to have recently lost 770 pounds of that sticky, icky green, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office is looking for you. Now, they basically shared photos on Wednesday showing a massive haul of D rugs that they said was seized from a mini storage facility in Vieira. I don't know where that is in Florida. So you can see the massive amounts of Mary Jane. Okay. I thought that this was absolutely hilarious and right on trend for Florida. Anyway, so this is what someone said. I mean, trying to identify the rightful owner of the property is the very least we can do, especially since it has a street value of roughly $2 million. Okay. This is what the department wrote on their Facebook page. Deputies say that the owner can quote unquote claim their lost marijuana at the department's Criminal Investigative Services building. Once we properly identify you as the rightful owner, we will gladly return your property and also make sure that both you and your property are kept in a secure area so that no one can try to rip you off. This is what the posts continue to read on Facebook. Now, this is the sheriff department. They have time to lollygag on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know what's going down in the 305. Let me see, where did I leave off? In fact, we are so excited to return something this valuable to its rightful owner that we are also going to throw in an all expense paid extensive staycation so that you can reflect for a while on exactly how much your lost property means to you. Now, I thought that this was humorous, but I also thought that it was a crock of bleep. So as I'm reading the article, some people shared my same sentiment. So the article reads, while many found humor in the post, others also criticized the department. So one commenter, who's my kind of people, stated, what a waste of law enforcement time and taxpayers' money. Marijuana is harmless, said one commenter. That's what I thought. I said to myself, after I giggled a little bit and said, they're so stupid, right? This is what taxpayers are paying the police department to do. Yikes. Someone else commented, thank you to our wonderful law enforcement officers. Another commenter said, And on the other hand, now the post has since shared over 22,000 times and has received over 32,000 reactions. So those of you who are tax-paying citizens in the state of Florida, this is where your tax dollars are going, ladies and gentlemen. It is funny, and it's only funny because it's so stupid. Okay. They seem like they have a lot of free time on their hands down in this specific county, and this is what they're doing with their precious time and taxpayers' money. Good job, Florida. Now let's mosey on down to what is Texas? Is that the Lone Star State? You know, Florida is the dumb shine state. I know it's sunshine, but I say dumb shine. What's Texas? The show me state? I don't know. Put it in the comments. Educate me, people. So let's mosey on down to Texas, okay? So this Texas principal thought it was a good idea to call students that were dressed for a throwback day criminals who looked like Dr. Dre from the 90s. Okay, he ended up issuing an apology, of course, because they tore into his behind. He says, I love you all. Okay, now basically what happened is a Oak Ridge High School principal, Anthony Leakes, okay, has issued an official apology after he was caught on videotape complaining about some of the students' attire choices for a 90s throwback day. That's an event that they had at the school in a suburb of Houston. I don't know why the person who wrote the article thought that that was important. They had to let it be known that it was a suburb, okay, in Houston. The article reads, it's embarrassing. It's frustrating. Leakes could be heard telling students, we have people posing for pictures looking like they're Dr. Dre from the 90s. I'm not sure that's the look we're going for. It doesn't make our school look good. Now, the incident reportedly took place on Thursday, September 30th, the same day that Dr. Dre was announced to be the one of the people performing at the Super Bowl. If you guys are unaware, next year's Super Bowl 56, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige are scheduled to perform at the halftime show. So Leakes, still apparently upset by what he saw, reportedly went around the school telling people that it was his, quote, worst day being a principal because of the way that students dressed. Okay. One senior actually recorded the faculty member, one of the faculty members, you know, talking. So they were talking to media outlets. A lot of the students were talking to the media outlets. So they basically outed their principal. Good for them. Good for them in their 90s attire. So it's kind of downplaying on the way my mom and dad dressed when they were in school. That's what one of the students said. Student athlete Trinidad Robinson, who runs track at the school, confirmed one of the other students' statements. I have some records for the school, and when we were walking by, he said, y'all look like criminals. This is what the student said. I'm like, how is us dressing and expressing predominantly 90s and 2000s Black culture equated to being a criminal? That's a fantastic question, young man. You're going places. You are going places. Meanwhile, another student, a junior at the school, believes that the comments were made to bring us down, quote unquote, and degrade the way we were dressing and degrade our school spirit. Now, during a student stage sit-in on Monday, October 4th, local civil rights activist Quanell X and parents met with school officials to discuss the matter. About 100 students sat and kneeled in solidarity during the meeting. Good for them. So they were exercising their right to protest. Good for them. Leakes later apologized, that's the principal, for his remarks, telling students, I love you all. He added, that's not how you need to be treated. It won't happen again. Well, this is a win for the students. Man, I would have told that principal where he can go and how fast he can get there. But I can respect and appreciate these students taking a mature and legal approach. Man, some of these kids are getting soft. You can egg his house or something. No? Okay, let me not even condone that. That was a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Let's strike that from the record. But depending on, he lucky that that's all they did was stage a sit-in. Child, back in my day, some of them ruffians I went to school with, man, they would have had him hemmed up at his house. No, I'm kidding. That's just a joke. So, yeah, so Texas, y'all out there wilding, and this principal, quite frankly, he said how he felt Okay. The apology was BS. The only reason why he apologized is because he was caught on tape calling these children criminals. I do think that he should be forced to resign, if not publicly fired. We have to have zero tolerance for this type of BS, because if this is the way that you think about these children, imagine when he gets pissed off how he will treat these children. See, don't ignore red flags. This is a red flag, okay? And everybody's antennas should be up and alert. He should either be forced to resign or he should be publicly fired for everybody to see. Zero tolerance. I'm just saying, zero tolerance. All right, everybody, make sure you are liking the video. Okay. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit. Now let's go over to the West Coast. All right. First of all, Gavin Newsom, I call him Uncle Gavin. All right. Ever since 2020, he has been showing that he is definitely worthy to be running the state of California. That's just my thoughts, my opinion. So we like Uncle Gavin over here. Okay. I know a lot of my viewers are from the West Coast, Cali specifically. So we're going to give a big shout out to Uncle Gavin. Let me share my screen so that you guys can see the wonderful work that our Uncle Gavin is doing out there in California. I almost shed a tear, y'all. I almost shed a tear. So this is according to the Los Angeles Times. California becomes the first state to require ethnic studies for high school graduation. I wish I had sound effects, applause button, because this is important. Now, the article goes on to state, after more than 5 years of intense scrutiny and effort, California on Friday became the first state to make ethnic studies a required class for high school graduation to help students understand the past and present struggles and contributions of Black, Asian, Latino, Native, Indigenous Americans, and other groups that have experienced racism and marginalization in America. Bravo. Now, if you guys are unaware, Texas is one of the states that they're trying to eliminate Black history. Basically, they're trying to eliminate that from the curriculum, and a lot of people didn't care. Gavin Newsom said, no, this is going to be made a requirement for you to graduate high school. Okay. Now, he rejected a previous bill, and he basically had it vetoed because he wanted it revised. So it was pretty similar to what he's approving now, just kind of summarizing the rest of the article. But he wanted it revised because he said it wasn't basically specific enough. He wanted it balanced, fair, and inclusive to all communities. So shout out to Governor Uncle Newsom out there in California. I think that this is extremely important. I think that this is a positive step in the right direction, and I approve this. Not much that I can do from the East Coast, but I'm just saying. So y'all got a governor out there that's really doing his darn thing, and it didn't stop there. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. Let me switcheroo. Hi, everybody. Y'all doing all right out there? Make sure you're liking the video. Thank you. So I saw this on the Shade Room not too long after reading the article that I just read. So the shout out to the Shade Room on Instagram. California Governor Newsom signs bill requiring feminine products be provided for free in schools and colleges. So let me tell you something. Ever since that recall out there in California, Governor, he's setting himself up nice to possibly run for president in the future. He is out there working day and night. And I know there's some people who are not fans of Uncle Gavin. It is what it is. I get it. You're entitled to your opinion. I will never make you think that your opinion is worthless to me because we don't necessarily agree. And then again, I don't live in California. So my perspective could be a little bit, off because I'm not out in California. But this is absolutely small to some, but it's a big deal. Okay. So let me see if I can pull this up on my phone, or you can just read it right there. Instagram is always acting weird whenever I need something pulled up. Hold on, y'all. Because I'm far away from the screen, so I can't see up close. Okay. So, because I wanted to read this. So, California's public school and colleges will be required to stock their restrooms with free menstrual products under a bill signed by I keep saying Gavin Newsom, Governor Gavin Newsom. The new law builds on a 2017 one that requires low income schools in disadvantaged areas to provide students with free menstrual products. This is according to the AP News. Now, this new bill expands the law to include grades 6 through 12, community colleges, and California State University and University of California systems starting in the 2022-23 school year. The bill also encourages private schools and colleges to follow suit. Our biology doesn't always send an advance warning when we're about to start menstruating, which often means we need to stop whatever we're doing and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I didn't want to click on the link to read the rest from the Shade Room. You can go to theshaderoom.com and read the rest. This is just taking into consideration some things that people may deem as trivial, right? Some men may think, like, some men don't even think about this. Like, I wonder if women have feminine products, in public areas or in school. A lot of kids spend most of their time in school. Most of their day they're spending it in classrooms in school. College students, same thing most of the time. So this small act is a big deal, so I respect Gavin. I do. I respect it. It's the little things. So he out here showing out, honey, and lining himself up to possibly be president of the United States. I'm sure he's going to be running. I absolutely am sure of it. All right, let's move it along. So I provided you with some news. Now let's get into the entertainment news, okay? Tamar Braxton. I'm not surprised at this. I think I spoke about this earlier this week on one of the morning boogies, but I didn't get into detail because I didn't want to. Okay. So Tamar Braxton says that she plans to return to television, but on her own terms. Okay. So TMZ ran into Tamar at LAX airport, and she opened up about whether she's willing to be on television again. Of course she is, right? Her answer is not how she was doing reality TV before. And bottom line, she's willing to do TV as long as the show doesn't involve getting in her personal business. Okay. Tamar Braxton stated that WeTV was the reason that she was pushed over the edge, if you know what I mean. What happened last year with her. Um, and she stated that she just doesn't, it's very toxic, and WeTV is very toxic, and she wants no part of WeTV. And she said that if her sisters were to come back on the show, she will make sure that they want to do it and that they feel comfortable. I love how she's speaking for her sisters. It's so great. She is going to be, I posted this in my community tab maybe about a month ago. She is going to be on the reboot of The Surreal Life. You guys remember when VH1 had the show, The Surreal Life? It was basically uh stars, like celebrities from television shows that we may have forgotten about, so some people may say washed up TV stars, but former television stars, and they all were in one house. It was kind of like a more mature version of Real World, right? And they all had to work together on a task. They had to complete a task. They had jobs and things they had to work together. So they're doing a reboot of The Surreal Life. And guess who's going to be on this reboot reality TV show? Tamar Braxton. But it doesn't involve necessarily getting into her personal life per se, not like Braxton Family Values, which she signed up for, and Tamar and Vince, which she signed up for, right? No? Remember that? So I think Tamar is dying to get back into reality television. I just feel like she wants to do it her way, which I can understand, but you are not that long in the tooth in television production to kind of dictate to a network how you want to do it your way. So it doesn't work that way. So I don't know when The Surreal Life is supposed to be airing. Possibly sometime next year. I'm curious. I think August Alsina is going to be on this reboot. Tamar Braxton, and I can't remember who else. I probably have to go back to my posts, right? So what do you guys think about Tamar returning to reality television? I just think that she should not do reality television at all. The only television that she should do, now this is based on her so-called negative experience with reality television, right? Her words, is scripted parts, like scripted television shows. That might be good. Take some acting classes, get an acting coach, build up your acting chops, and focus on scripted television, not reality TV. Because what's going to be the problem with VH1? You're going to say VH1 is toxic and the surreal life is toxic if it doesn't go your way. Listen, I've had my opinions about Tamar and the Braxtons for quite some time now. I used to review the show faithfully on my show when I started, doing YouTube almost 2 years ago now, right? And nothing has changed. Here we are, it's 2021, and nothing has changed. So you guys drop down and let me know what you think. Sound off in the comments. All right, moving along. Nick Cannon. He says that Mariah Carey is upset at him. Okay. And she's upset at him because he bought their twins, son and daughter, Moroccan and dang, what's the kid's name? Anyway, bought them cell phones. They're 10. So Mariah Carey is not here for it. So you guys know that Nick Cannon has his daytime talk show. And I've been watching and I've been trying to root for my boy Nick because I really like Nick Cannon. I still am going to stand strong. I know I sound like a broken record. For those of you who watch me on a regular, I've been saying this since the show started. Nick needs to be on late night television if he's going to have a TV show. Number two, his show is cheesy. It's corny. Yes, Nick Cannon can be a little bit cheesy and corny, but he's a cool cheesy and corny. And this is watered down. This is like not even Kraft macaroni and cheese. Like it's just bad, and I see him committed to trying to do his thing, and he shows up. He looks great all the time. He's hot, has high energy. And another thing, he refers to his audience as family. Excuse me. I'm not mad at it. We're the royal family, so y'all can be the family, right? It's all good. But Nick Cannon, that show might not last long. You don't have strong guests. You're too cheesy. You're loud. It's just so forced. I want to see him a little bit more relaxed and comfortable. He does not look comfortable and relaxed. And there are talks that while Wendy is out, Nick Cannon might be sliding into her time slot of 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I still don't know who Nick's demographic is. Anyway, so he talked about this on his show that Mariah Carey was upset with him. So he explained on Thursday's, show that he bought his two eldest children cell phones to celebrate them turning 10. The twins, who he nicknamed Rock and Roll, right, initially wanted cell phones at 8 years old. And even then, he was all about it. However, it was their mother, Mariah Carey, who had some reservations about the gift. Now, Mariah Carey basically was like, they ain't going to be Googling us, learning about all their new brothers and sisters. No. I said, wow. When I read that, I said, wait a minute, Mariah. So they don't know that they have siblings? Mariah, are you one of those mothers that kind of like isolates your kids from your children's siblings? I would hope not. Now, Mariah Carey is very shishi, foo-foo, bougie, but she's harmless. We got to put respect on Mariah's name, all right? But really, Mariah, you're one of those parents? I don't like that. I don't like that. So Nick Cannon ended up buying the kids the phone, all right, and he snuck it to them. And Mariah Carey, of course, ended up finding out, and she is upset with them. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like you're co-parenting. Both parents have to be on board, right? One parent may not agree with one thing and vice versa for the other, but you have to come to an agreement, right? So I feel like, let's say Mariah was not for her son and daughter having a phone, but she agreed to let them have it and Nick proceeded to get it, then fine. But she made it very clear no. So, and I understand they're his children too. I get that, but there has to be some sort of middle ground. There has to be. Mariah Carey probably don't even want to go through all the parental controls and monitor, because you have to monitor these kids. 10 years old? Is that too young for a cell phone? I don't know. But these kids, the way their bank account's set up, Yeah, they're a little different. They probably got their own bodyguards. So do they need a cell phone? I don't know. I don't know. It depends. Every child is different. But if Mariah specifically said no, then Nick, I don't think it was a good idea for you to go behind her back and get the cell phone and then have your kids hiding it from her, because you're teaching them to be disobedient to their mother. And it may be small. Oh, it's not that serious to some of you, but that's is very serious, because if they know, all right, well, I could hide this from mom and dad won't say nothing, you could be opening up a huge can of worms, and you could be setting them up for failure in the future. So there should have been some sort of compromise made. Maybe get one and they can share a cell phone. I don't know. But Mariah said no. So nah. You can't sneak around and do that, Nick. So he did share that. He tends to be a little too transparent on his show, talking about his celibacy and all this other stuff. But I can understand why Mariah Carey is upset with him. So how do you do that? Parents who co-parent, one parent says no to a cell phone, the other one has no problem getting it. And then if one parent gets the cell phone and has your kids sneaking around, hiding it, would you be upset? You team Mariah or you team Nick with this one? Share your thoughts in the comments. Either way, I don't feel that he should have had the kids sneak in the phone and hiding it. I don't know. You're teaching them to be disobedient to their mother, which is absolutely disrespectful in my opinion. And you might not have meant any harm, Nicholas, but it still is disrespectful nonetheless. All right. All right. It's Saturday. We ain't getting too emotional. We ain't getting too heavy. This is not therapy. Let's move it along. So Bia, okay, she performed at the BET Hip Hop Awards, and it was a disaster. Not a disaster. Let me stop. I'm gassing it. Not a disaster. She just relied on her looks and her very sparkly outfit. Okay. Little John came out and he was yelling, Bia, Bia. He performed as well. And he kind of hyped up the crowd and brought some excitement to the performance. Now, a lot of people were criticizing Miss Bia, saying that she was very lackluster, excuse me, and very lazy. Okay. I don't know if you saw, she performed Whole Lot of Money, and it was the original version, not the one featuring Nicki Minaj. So she performed, and at first she was laying on the couch, and she was very, I put on my jewelry just to go to the bodega. But the song is very laid back. She sounded like she was zoned out, just like she does on the song. I don't know how much excitement is required for a song like this. It was kind of as if what I got from it visually, I'm sitting pretty and I'm better than all you B words. And that's what she gave, I guess. I mean, I don't know. So people were criticizing her, saying that she was lazy and it was dry. Somebody said that her performance was drier than a Popeye's biscuit, drier than my throat at the moment. Excuse me, y'all, I'm a little parched. Okay. And she responded kind of surprisingly, she responded pretty well. So she says that basically people wish they were her. And then she also said that one thing about me, I'm always going to stay grateful and perfect my craft. Thanks for the constructive criticism. I take it all in and come back harder next time. And I said to myself, that is a great way to counter being criticized, especially in this music industry, and listen, a lot of us in the hip hop community, we can be very, very harsh, okay, with good reason. So I like the fact that she kind of let it roll off her back a little bit, seemingly so. We don't know if she's crying herself to sleep at night over this. Hopefully not, but she needs the criticism. But I got from the performance, like I said, that she's just sitting pretty, laying here. All y'all want to be me. I'm better than all of you B words. That's the song that the energy gives, and I think that her performance kind of reflected that. No, maybe I'm tripping. But no, her performance is not anything to talk about. When I did my recap, I didn't even mention her performance. Girl, listen, they lucky we got that much, okay? It's like squeezing blood out of a turnip at this point when you are watching these awards. This season, excuse me, this season was no. It was a big no. So shout out to Bia. She said that she's on tour. Come see her on tour. I said, tour? Does she have an album out? She has an album out, no? I wouldn't know. Moving on. All right, let's get to the head HBIC. Okay, our girl Nene. Okay, Lenethia Leakes. Shout out to Nene Leakes. This is according to 2Fab. Okay, so Nene said that the men's in them is slipping in her DMs. I do remember a live where she was thanking everyone for coming out, thanking everyone for coming out to her lounge, showing support. And she says to the men in my DMs, thank you so much. Those of you who are offering support, thank you so much. Now, Nene, girl, you could have left that out, girl. Okay. And then she posted on Instagram, hey, gentlemen, right, with a little heart there. Oh, Nene. She said, I'm over here just doing me right now. But anyway, hey, I love reading the messages. They are inspiring, to say the least. That's what she said on her live. So you guys know that her husband passed away a month ago. Rest in peace, Greg Leakes. And she basically she's trying her best one day at a time to move on. Now, I already know what people were thinking when I seen this. I already knew what people were going to think, and what I suspected was confirmed in a lot of the comments of the pages that are reposting this story. If you guys don't remember, I don't know if you guys recall, but when Greg fell ill and then he recovered, I think Nene made it very clear that she had Greg on her insurance, her health insurance, and she has no plan on taking him off. And she said that they basically are going to be partners for life. She was not going to divorce him, but I think they had an understanding. Open marriage, she didn't say open marriage, but that's what I can equate it to. So I think prior to even long before Greg passed, like I said, he got ill, he recovered. I think they had an understanding. And I don't think there's anything wrong with Nene wanting to move on and date. What I would hope and strongly suggest, keep the internet out your business, Nene. Whatever it is that you're going to do, we cannot tell it, just do it, right? We can't tell anyone how to grieve, how long to grieve, how short to grieve, the way to grieve. Hopefully Nene is getting some sort of grieve counseling, hopefully. And if she wants, listen, if you end up seeing her twirling around on the dance floor at the Lenethia Lounge with a age appropriate man, and she's having a good time, so be it. It's her life. We don't know what conversations her and Greg have had behind closed doors. Nene led us to believe, or alluded to us, let us know, listen, Greg knows, we have an understanding. Whatever that understanding is between them two. So I know she's getting a lot of criticism, like, oh my gosh, Greg just passed away, you moving too fast. Nene can do whatever she wants to do. But Nene, I suggest that you keep your business off the internet, because then you are going to find yourself defending yourself every other Instagram post or every other hour on the hour. It's going to be too much, right? You have your lounge, you're working. It seems to be doing very, very well. She's got an overwhelming amount of support, which is great. Live in the moment, girl. Do you. Okay. Now, do you guys want her to come back on Real Housewives of Atlanta? I would love for her to, if the circumstances surrounding her departure were not what they were, so nasty and icky and crazy. But I would much rather see Nene move on and do other things that she wants to do. I don't want Housewives of Atlanta or Bravo to reach out to her because they need a lifeline. And no. Now, if they're paying her buku dough to be friend of the show and she decides to take the offer, I am not judging you. I ain't mad at you, Nene. You can do you. Okay. So, I mean, like I said, she also mentioned, sorry, that Greg wanted her to move on with her life. And I think she made that clear. She said that to people because that's an intimate moment between her and Greg. Why she's telling everyone, maybe she wants to be transparent, or maybe she's kind of giving out a warning, like, if you see me, with Errol over here, mind your business, because Greg wanted me to move on. You know what I'm saying? But you never know. Look, Nene, she deserves to be happy, just like any one of you would want to be happy. Whatever makes you happy, do you, as long as it's not illegal and it's not hurting anybody, right? But I hope that if Nene decides to date here and there, or go out to dinner, maybe, casual dinner with a gentleman caller, Keep the internet out your business, Nene. Don't be on here telling your business, because you are the only one that's going to be mad, because you know how people get. You've been in the reality TV realm for years, so you know how this goes. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Happy Saturday. Again, it is October 9th, 2021. It's a beautiful Saturday. I just wanted to slide on through with some hot topics for you. Make sure you are checking out the other videos on the YouTube channel. Okay, so shout out to my Twitch viewers. Shout out to my YouTube Royal Family members. YouTube family, if you are not, please follow me on Twitch. She_Royal B on Twitch. Twitch viewers, if you are not following me on YouTube, please be sure to do so. She_Royal B on YouTube. All right. You see the little ticker scrolling across the screen? All the information is there. So make sure you pay your admission fee. Comment, like, share the video if you care. I am signing off. I love you for watching. Happy Saturday. And as always, until next time, peace.